Hey, you're with TheEZGZ. We've got the 69 Baja in the garage, and we are going to repair a loose clutch tube inside the tunnel. How do I know it's loose and needs this? You've been listening to it for 3 years. Let me demonstrate. Here's the emergency brake. There's 3 brackets that hold that clutch tube. I know where it is. I've had to do this on a couple other cars. So without further delay, let's just take a giant hole saw and make our hole. Actually, there's no magic in this. Peel everything back and you'll see your emergency brake lever and heater box control cables. Get a small flashlight, shine it down the hole, and you will see the bracket in this approximate location. What I did was take a long screwdriver and I stuck it down until I touched the bracket. Then I pulled it out and I put it over here. You're going to be welding in there, and it's not important to go down. You want to go a little bit high so you can see what you're doing and reattach the bracket and or reinforce it. There's the tunnel. Now as we look inside there, I'm going to push up and down. And that is what we hear. Now that can cause several problems. This is a Kennedy Stage 1 pressure plate, and if you have problems, I notice my problem when I go to back up, my clutch chatters. I do have a good Bowden tube on the clutch cable back by the transmission, but other than that, if you go back and listen to some of my videos, and especially when I drive, I think just within recently, you'll hear every time I shift. I think it was the night of the car show. That would be a good one. The first cruise night, at the very end when I'm driving off, I shifted, and you will hear that noise. So I don't know if I'm just going to tack it or put a piece all the way across. But anyhow, make this video short. You got to weld something in there and tighten it up. Alrighty, that should do it. Just a nice little tack. Had some good metal there. The bracket, everything worked out. Okay, we pretty much got our repair. I'll give you a quick review. I'm pushing back and forth on the clutch, and that's the pedal hitting the floor. No more squawking. So we've got the problem. All I did was clamp a C-clamp to the tunnel, take a piece of band iron, vice grip it to the clamp to put pressure against the tube, and I was able to re-weld it at the bracket and add a little bit more weld in there using a flux core wire feed welder. I had a bottle of Windex here. As soon as I got it welded, I went ahead and sprayed it. I'm not too worried about that hardening the weld, and with the flux core rod, it's not as pretty, and it's a little bit you got the flux that lays on top of the slag on top of the weld. So I'm going to leave the hole open. I'm going to go ahead and test it for a reasonable length of time. I'm going to keep the little piece that I cut out with the hole saw in case I want to put that back in. I'll probably wrap it up in a piece of cloth or something and leave it underneath the carpet there or something. So you never know. And so I just thought I'd share that with you. This has been aggravating me for a long time. You may have a problem, or you may be hearing it and not know what it is. I even thought about, now I left the clutch cable in there. I've had mine break off at the tube itself. This one broke off at the wall, and it was an easy fix. I've had them where the little tack weld right on the tube. That gets a little scarier because you've got the cable in there, and if you aren't a good welder, you could weld the cable into the tube. Then you'll really have yourself a nightmare. I hate to even think what that would be like. So anyhow, be careful. And each situation is different. You never know what you're going to run into until you start getting into it. So have a fire extinguisher, garden hose, or let some people know what you're doing. Be safe, and get it done. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subbing. TheEZGZ out.